Leviticus 16 through 20. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe after the death of the two sons of Aaron, as they drew near before Yahuwah and died. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Speak to Aaron, your brother, not to come in at all times to the set apart place inside the veil, before the lid of atonement which is on the ark, lest he die, because I appear in the cloud above the lid of atonement. With this, Aaron should come into the set apart place, with the blood of a young bull as a sin offering, and of a ram as an ascending offering. He should put on the set apart linen long shirt with linen trousers on his flesh, and gird himself with a linen girdle, and be dressed with the linen turban. They are set apart garments. And he shall bathe his body in water, and shall put them on. And from the congregation of the children of Israel he takes 2 male goats as a sin offering, and 1 ram as an ascending offering. And Aaron shall bring the bull as a sin offering, which is for himself, and make atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take the 2 goats, and let them stand before Yahuwah at the door of the tent of appointment. And Aaron shall cast lots for the 2 goats, 1 lot for Yahuwah, and the other lot for Azazel. And Aaron shall bring the goat on which the lot fell for Yahuwah, and Aaron shall bring the goat on which the lot fell for Yahuwah fell, and shall prepare it as a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot for Azazel fell is caused to stand alive before Yahuwah, to make atonement upon it, to send it into the wilderness to Azazel. And Aaron shall bring the bull of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make atonement for himself and for his house, and shall slay the bull as the sin offering which is for himself. And shall take a fire holder filled with burning coals of the fire from the slaughter place before Yahuwah, with his hands filled with sweet incense beaten fine, and shall bring it inside the veil. And he shall put the incense of the fireplace before Yahuwah, and the cloud of incense shall cover the lid of atonement, which is on the witness, lest he die. And he shall take some of the blood of the bull and sprinkle it on his finger on the lid of atonement on the east side. Also in front of the lid of atonement he sprinkles some of the blood with his finger 7 times. And he shall slay the goat of the sin offering which is for the people, and shall bring its blood inside the veil, and shall do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bull, and sprinkle it on the lid of atonement and in front of the lid of atonement. And he shall make atonement for the set apart place, because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgressions and all their sins. And so he does for the tent of appointment, which is dwelling with them in the midst of their uncleanness. And no man should be in the tent of appointment when he goes in to make atonement for the set apart place, until he comes out, and he shall make atonement for himself, and for his household, and for all the assembly of Israel. And he shall go out to the slaughter place that is before Yahuwah, and make atonement for it. And he shall take some of the blood of the bull and some of the blood of the goat, and put it on the horns of the slaughter place all around. And he shall sprinkle some of the blood on it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it, and set it apart from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. And when he has finished atoning for the set apart place, and the tent of appointment, and the slaughter place, he shall bring the live goat. Then Aaron shall lay both his hands on the head of the live goat, and shall confess over it all the crookedness of the children of Israel, and all their transgressions and all their sins, and shall put them on the head of the goat, and shall send it away into the wilderness by the hand of a fit man. And the goat shall bear on itself all the crookedness to a land cut off. Thus he shall send the goat away into the wilderness. Aaron shall then come into the tent of appointment, and shall take off the linen garments which he put on when he went into the set apart place, and shall leave them there. And he shall bathe his body in water in the set apart place, and shall put on his garments, and shall come out and prepare his ascending offering and the ascending offering of the people, and make atonement for himself and for the people, and burn the fat of the sin offering on the slaughter place. And he who sent away the goat to Azazel washes his garments, and shall bathe his body in water, and afterward he comes into the camp. And the bull for the sin offering, and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in the set apart place, is brought outside the camp. And they shall burn their skin and their flesh and their dung with fire. And he who burns them washes his garments, and shall bathe his body in the water, and afterward he comes into the camp. And this shall be for you a law forever. In the 7th new moon, on the 10th day of the new moon, you afflict your beings, and do no work, the native or the sojourner who sojourns among you. For on that day he makes atonement for you, to cleanse you, to be clean from all your sins before Yahweh. It is a Sabbath of rest for you, and you shall afflict your beings, a law forever. And the priest who is anointed and ordained to serve as priest in his father's place shall make atonement, and shall put on the linen garments, the set apart garments, and he shall make atonement for the most set apart place, and make atonement for the tent of appointment, and for the slaughter place, and make atonement for the priest and for all the people of the assembly. And this shall be for you a law forever, to make atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins once a year. And he did as Yahweh commanded Moshe. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aaron, to his sons, and to all the children of Israel, and say to them, This is the word which Yahweh has commanded, saying, Any man from the house of Israel who slays a bull or a lamb or a goat in the camp, or who slays it outside the camp, and does not bring it to the door of the tent of appointment to bring an offering to Yahweh before the dwelling place of Yahweh, blood guilt is reckoned to that man. He has shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people, in order that the children of Israel bring their slaughterings, which they slaughter in the open field, and they shall bring them to Yahweh at the door of the tent of appointment, to the priest, and slaughter them as slaughterings of peace offerings to Yahweh. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood on the slaughter place of Yahweh at the door of the tent of appointment, and shall burn the fat of the sweet fragrance to Yahweh. And let them no longer slaughter their slaughterings to demons after whom they whored. This is a law forever for them throughout their generations. And say to them, any man of the house of Israel, or of the sojourners who sojourn among you, who offers an ascending offering or slaughtering, and does not bring it to the door of the tent of appointment to do it to Yahweh, that man shall be cut off from among his people. And any man of the house of Israel, or of the sojourners who sojourn among you, who eats any blood, I shall set my face against that being who eats blood, and shall cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the slaughter place to make atonement for your lives, for it is the blood that makes atonement for the life. Therefore I said to the children of Israel, no being among you eats blood, nor does any sojourner who sojourns among you eat blood. And any man from the children of Israel, or from the sojourners who sojourn among you, who hunts and catches any beast or bird which is eaten, shall pour out its blood and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh; its blood is for its life. And I said to the children of Israel, do not eat the blood of any flesh, for the life of all flesh is in its blood. Anyone eating it is cut off. And any being who eats a carcass, or what was torn by a beast, but be he a native or a sojourner, he shall wash his garments and bathe in water, and shall be unclean until evening. Then he shall be clean. And if he does not wash or bathe his body, then he shall bear his crookedness. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, I am Yahweh your Elohim. Do not do as they do in the land of Mitzrayim, where you dwelt, and do not do as they do in the land of Canaan, where I am bringing you, and do not walk in their laws. We're just going to go ahead and start that whole thing right there. Do my right rulings and guard my laws, to walk in them. I am Yahweh your Elohim. And you shall guard my laws and my right rulings, which a man does and lives by them. I am Yahweh. No one is to approach anyone of his own flesh to uncover his nakedness. I am Yahweh. The nakedness of your father or the nakedness of your mother you do not uncover. She is your mother, you do not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of your father's wife you do not uncover. It is your father's nakedness. The nakedness of your sister, the daughter of your father, or the daughter of your mother, whether born at home or elsewhere, the nakedness you do not uncover. The nakedness of your son's daughter, or of your daughter's daughter, their nakedness you do not uncover, for theirs is your own nakedness. The nakedness of your father's wife, the nakedness of your father's wife's daughter, brought forth by your father, she is your sister, you do not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of your father's sister, you do not uncover, she is your father's flesh. The nakedness of your mother's sister, you do not uncover, for she is your mother's flesh. The nakedness of your father's brother, you do not uncover, you do not approach his wife, she is your aunt. The nakedness of your daughter-in-law you do not uncover, she is your son's wife, you do not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of your brother's wife you do not uncover, it is your brother's nakedness. The nakedness of a woman and her daughter you do not uncover, nor do you take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness. They are her relatives. It is wickedness. And do not take a woman as a rival to her sister to uncover her nakedness while the other is alive. And do not approach a woman to uncover her nakedness in her monthly separation of cleanness. And do not have intercourse with the wife of your neighbor to defile yourself with her. And do not give any of your offspring to pass through Molech. And do not profane the name of your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. And do not lie with a male as a woman. It is an abomination. Do not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination. And do not have intercourse with any beast to defile yourself with it. And a woman does not stand before a beast to mate with it. It is a perversion. Do not defile yourselves with all these, for by these the nations are defiled, which I am driving out for you. Thus the land became defiled. Therefore I punished it for its crookedness, and the land vomited out its inhabitants. But you shall guard my laws and my right rulings, and not do any of these abominations, the native nor sojourner who sojourns among you, because the men of the land who were before you have done all these abominations, and thus the land became defiled. So let not the land vomit you out for defiling it, as it vomited out the nations that were before it. For whoever does any of these abominations, those beings who do them shall be cut off from among their people. And you shall guard my charge, so as not to do any of these abominable laws which were done before you, so as not to defile yourselves by them. I am Yahuwah your Elohim. It's not Tim. It's not Bob down the street. It's not Dave. It's God. Chapter 19. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say to them, Be set apart. For I, Yahuwah, your Elohim, am set apart. Each one of you should fear his mother and his father, and guard my Sabbaths. I am Yahuwah, your Elohim. Do not turn to idols, and do not make for yourselves molded mighty ones. I am Yahuwah, your Elohim. And when you slaughter a slaughtering of peace offerings to Yahweh, slaughter it for your acceptance. It is eaten the same day you slaughter it, and on the next day, and on the next day. And that which is left on the third day is burned with fire. So if it is eaten at all on the third day, it is abominable, it is not acceptable. It is not accepted. And he who eats it bears his crookedness, because he has profaned the set-apart offering of Yahuwah, and that being shall be cut off from his people. And when you reap the harvest of your land, do not completely reap the corners of your field, or gather the gleanings of your harvest. And do not glean your vineyard, or gather every grape of your vineyard. I leave them for the poor. And do not glean your vineyard, or gather every grape of your vineyard. Leave them for the poor and the sojourner. I am Yahuwah your Elohim. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not deceive one another. And do not swear falsely by my name, and so profane the name of your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. Do not oppress your neighbor or rob him. The wages of him who is hired is not to remain with you all night until morning. Do not curse the deaf or put a stumbling block before the blind, but fear your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. Do no unrighteousness in right ruling. Do not be partial to the poor or favor the face of the great, but rightly rule your neighbor in righteousness. Do not go slandering among your people. Do not stand against the blood of your neighbor. I am Yahuwah. Do not hate your brother in your heart. Reprove your neighbor for certain, and bear no sin because of him. Do not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the children of your people, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahuwah. Guard my laws. Do not let your livestock mate with another kind. Do not sow your field with mixed seed. And do not put a garment of woven of two sorts of thread upon you. And when a man has intercourse with a woman who is a female servant, engaged to a man, and to be ransomed, but she has not been ransomed, nor set free, there should be an inquiry, but they are not put to death, because she was not free. And he shall bring the guilt offering to Yahuwah to the door of the tent of appointment, a ram as a guilt offering, and the priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the guilt offering before Yahweh. For his sin which he has done, and the sin which he has sinned, shall be forgiven him. And when he comes to the land, and when you come into the land, and have planted all kinds of trees for food, then you shall reckon their fruit as uncircumcised. For 3 years it is as uncircumcised to you, it is not eaten. And in its 4th year all its fruit is set apart, praises to Yahuwah. And in the 5th year you eat its fruit, so that its increase is yielded to you, so that it increases. Yes, is so that it increases its yield. Yeah, okay, yeah. And in the 5th year you eat its fruit, so that it increases its yield to you. I am Yahuwah your Elohim. Do not eat meat with the blood. Do not practice divination or magic. Do not round the corners of your head, nor destroy the corner of your beard. Do not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor put tattoo marks on you. I am Yahuwah. Do not profane your daughter by making her a whore, so that the land is not whore, and the land becomes filled with wickedness. Guard my Sabbaths, and revere my set-apart place. I am Yahuwah. Do not turn to mediums, and do not seek after spiritists to be defiled by them. I am Yahuwah your Elohim. Rise up before the gray-headed, and you shall favor the face of an old man, and shall fear your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. And when a sojourner sojourns with you in your land, do not oppress him. Let the sojourner who sojourns among you be to you as a native among you, and you shall love him as yourself, for you were sojourners in the land of Mitzrayim. I am Yahuwah your Elohim. Do no unrighteousness in right ruling, in measurement of length, in weight, or in measuring liquids. Have right scales, right weights, a right ephah, and a right hin. I am Yahuwah your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim. And you shall guard my laws and all my right rulings, and do them. I am Yahuwah. Chapter 20. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Say to the children of Israel, any man of the children of Israel, or of the sojourners who sojourn among Israel, who gives any of his offspring to Molech, shall certainly be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones, and I shall set my face against that man, and shall cut him off from the midst of his people, because he has given of his offspring to Molech, so as to defile my set apart place, and to profane my set apart name. And if the people of the land at all hide their eyes from the man, and he gives any of his offspring to Molech, and they do not kill him, then I shall set my face against that man and against his clan, and shall cut him off, and all who go whoring after him, even go whoring after Molech, and all who from the midst of their people. And the being who turns to mediums and to spiritists to go whoring after them, I shall set my face against that being, and cut him off from the midst of his people. And you shall set yourselves apart, and shall be set apart, for I am Yahuwah your Elohim, and you shall guard my laws and do them. I am Yahuwah, who sets you apart. For everyone who curses his father or his mother shall certainly be put to death. He has cursed his father or his mother, his blood is on him. And a man who commits adultery with the wife of another man, who commits the adultery with the wife of his neighbor, the adulterer and the adulteress shall certainly be put to death. And a man who lies with the wife of his father has uncovered the nakedness of his father. Both of them shall certainly be put to death. Their blood is upon them. And a man who lies with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall certainly be put to death. They have made confusion. Their blood is upon them. And a man who lies with the male as he lies with the woman, both of them have done an abomination. They shall certainly be put to death. Their blood is upon them. And a man who marries a woman and her mother, it is wickedness. They are burned with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness in your midst. And a man who has intercourse with a beast, he shall certainly be put to death, and the beast you kill. And a man who approaches any beast and mates with it, you shall kill the woman and the beast. And a woman who approaches any beast and mates with it, you shall kill the woman and the beast. They shall certainly be put to death, their blood is upon them. And a man who makes his sister, and a man who takes his sister, his father's daughter or his mother's daughter, and sees her nakedness, and she sees his nakedness, is it loving commitment? And they shall be cut off. Is it loving commitment? And they shall be cut off from before the eyes of their people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness, he bears his crookedness. And a man who lies with a woman during her sickness and uncovers her nakedness, he has laid bare her flow, and she has uncovered the flow of her blood. Both of them shall be cut off from the midst of their people. And do not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, nor of your father's sister, for that is laying bare one's own flesh. They bear their crookedness. And a man who lies with his uncle's wife, he has uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They bear their sin. They die childless. And a man who takes his brother's wife, it is uncleanness. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness. They are childless. And you shall guard all my laws and all my right rulings, and do them, so that the land where I am bringing you to dwell does not vomit you out. And do not walk in the laws. And do not walk in the laws of the nation which I am driving out before you, for they do all these, and therefore I loathe them. Excuse me. But I say to you, you are going to possess their land, and I myself give it to you to possess it, a land flowing with milk and honey. I am Yahweh your Elohim, who has separated you from the peoples. And you shall make a distinction between clean beast and unclean, and between unclean birds and clean. And do not make yourselves abominable by beast or by bird or whatever creeps on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. And you shall be set apart to me, for I am Yahweh. And you shall be set apart to me, for I, Yahweh, am set apart, and have separated you from the peoples to be mine. And a man or a woman in whom there is a medium, who are spiritist, shall certainly be put to death. And they are to stone them with the stones, their blood is upon them. Some of this might sound a little harsh, a little rash. And then some of it's kind of like, yep, that's very plain and obvious. And most of it is to remember, right? For I am set apart. He wants us to be set apart. We need to be set apart for him. And specifically, some of this stuff, the Israelites coming out of Egypt, some of them are probably doing some of this stuff, probably not all of it, right? But I can guarantee you, hey man, he wasn't telling them not to do it because it was a foreshadowing. It was just a foreshadowing. Some of this is definitely foreshadowing, but regardless, we'll get there. I love you guys. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Be safe, take care, be blessed, and we'll see you when we see you.